A big part of creating a good life here in Idaho is making sure that you choose the right town to call home. Every town in Idaho has its own unique characteristics, different qualities that do not match everyone's tastes. So today we're going to be talking about Rathdrum, Idaho, the little town that is centrally located to everything. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, my name is Trent and I'm a realtor here in Idaho and have lived in this area for 30 years. If you're interested in what it's like to eat, live, sleep, play, work, and buy real estate in Idaho, then this is the channel for you. Make sure you tap the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so every time I come out with a new video, you get notified. Now guys, part of the reason I make these videos is one, I love doing it, but two, I really try to provide as much information to people that are considering moving here and let them know what they're about to get themselves into. Idaho is not for everyone, so I really try to give my honest opinion and let you know exactly what to expect. And every single week I get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you watching the channel that need a little bit more information or are ready to take that next step in getting moved here to Idaho, and I absolutely love it. So if this is you, reach out with a phone call, text, email, day, nights, or weekends, does not matter. I love helping people get set up here. It's what I'm here to do. So let's talk about Rathdrum, Idaho. Now in this video, guys, it's gonna be pretty short and sweet. I'm gonna share all of the basic information such as the location, population size, crime rate, schools, restaurants, all that stuff. And then at the end, I am gonna talk about who I think Rathdrum would be a really good fit for and who I think would not enjoy living in Rathdrum. And after watching this video, guys, let me know in the comments if Rathdrum is a place that you could see yourself living and why that is, or if it's not a place that you could see yourself living and why that is. I really enjoy reading the comments. It's a great way to interact with people watching these videos, so make sure you leave a comment. So first, let's talk about the location of Rathdrum, Idaho. Let's pull up the satellite. So guys, as you can see, Rathdrum, Idaho is about 10-15 minutes north of Post Falls. It's just below Hauser Lake. You're about 47 minutes from the International Airport in Spokane, 47 minutes to Sandpoint where they have Schweitzer Mountain, and you're about 21 minutes to Coeur d'Alene. Like I said, it's very centrally located, so even though there's not a lot in Rathdrum, you have a lot of things around it. Now let's talk about the geography of Rathdrum. As you can see, it sits at the base of what is known as Rathdrum Mountain. That is the southernmost peak of the Selkirk Mountains. You have a mixture of forest as well as prairie, and you even have a little man-made lake called Radiant Lake that they have built some houses on. Now, something to know about living on the prairie, during the winter time, you are going to get some stronger winds. If you're having a lot of snow, you're gonna get snow drifts that can build up on the road. I myself bought my first home on the prairie and actually experienced something called a microblast, which is a very rare natural phenomenon that happens. A lot of pilots are aware of these. What it is it's an accumulation of clouds that all of a sudden blast wind and sometimes rain at up to 80 miles an hour. It only lasts for a few minutes, but it's common to happen on the prairie. So something to be aware about, something to be aware of if you decide that you want to live on the prairie. Now let's talk about the population size. So the most recent data from the census was in 2020. And it was showing that it was about 9,000 people. Now, the latest reports that have been coming out now is that there's been about 9,000 more people that have moved to Rathdrum. I'm sure there's some people who have moved out as well. So I'm estimating that number to be more around the 16,000 people mark. For the schools that are in Rathdrum, you do have Lakeland High School, which does score in the top 30% of high schools in Idaho. You do have the middle school, but you also have K-Tech and an offshoot of North Idaho College, which both focus on helping students advance in technology and software. And I think this is really cool because Rathdrum has always been known as that really small town, but for them to put some institutions, some education institutions up there that are helping people get started in technology, I think is a really good thing. Now for the crime rate in Rathdrum, you only are sitting at a 12.1 out of 100 for violent crime, with the national average being at about 24%. And then for property crime, you're at 29.2 out of 100, with the national average being around 35. To buy a home in Rathdrum, Idaho, the median home price is around $475,000, which is about $25,000 less than the average of Kootenai County, which is where Rathdrum sits. So all of Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, Post Falls, Rathdrum, all of that sits within Kootenai County. Now let's talk about where you can eat out in Rathdrum. I know that's a pretty popular topic right now with the COVID restrictions being in place. A lot of people moving here haven't been able to eat out for a while. So in Rathdrum, you do have limited options. You have a handful of fast food restaurants. Zips, which is one of our favorites up here, they kind of exist in the Northwest, really good burgers and corn dogs. You have Dairy Queen, you have Taco Bell, and you have McDonald's. But as far as sit-down restaurants, you're very limited in your options. You only have one Mexican restaurant, one Asian restaurant, which actually is really good for being North Idaho Asian. It's actually really good. And then you have a handful of pubs and a couple of diners. So very, very limited options. You live here for a few months, you'll basically have eaten at those places multiple times. So if you want to expand though, you want to have other options. It's just a short drive to Post Falls, Coeur d'Alene, or Spokane. Lots of other options to eat out there. Now, if you're anything like my wife, you love to shop. For me, Amazon works just fine. But the shopping is also very limited in Rathdrum. You do have an Ace Hardware. You do have a couple of places, Buy Mart, Super One, to get your groceries. You have a couple of mom and pop shops, but overall, it's very, very limited. As you can see from this video, the downtown is very small, is very quaint. You don't have any Walmart or Costco in the area. For Walmart, it's a short drive to Post Falls, take you about 15 minutes, and then to Costco is about 20 minutes in Coeur d'Alene. So let's talk about things to do in Rathdrum, Idaho. Well, like I said, it is a small town, so you are not going to have certain things like theaters, comedy clubs, concert venues, casinos. You're not going to have those. Again, they're a short drive to Spokane or Coeur d'Alene, but Rathdrum does not have these. What you do have is you have a couple of parks. You have Rathdrum Mountain, you have disc golf, you have Silverwood Theme Park, which is only about 20 minutes away. You have ski resorts that do mountain biking in the summertime. You've got your option of about 5 within an hour. And then you do have a lot of hiking and a lot of biking. But as far as the standard things that you would have in a city, Rathdrum just does not have those. So now that we've talked about what living in Rathdrum, Idaho is like, let's talk about who I think would be a great fit for Rathdrum. So Rathdrum, again, is a very small town, but it's centrally located. So for someone who wants to move to Idaho and have that small town feel without having to drive an hour to get to their Costco or Walmart, still have some eating out options, Rathdrum is a really great option for that. It's a very tight-knit community, and there's a lot of people there that understand the importance of having tight-knit community. But Rathdrum is not for everyone. So who do I think would be a really bad fit for living in Rathdrum? I think anyone who really enjoys the amenities of a bigger city. Rathdrum is not for you. There's just not a lot of stuff to do. Like I said, no bowling alley, no theater, no concert venues. It is just small town life. They do have a farmers market that takes place during the summertime. There are events that take place in the park, but it is very much so small town Idaho. So if you really like that entertainment, you like to have that downtown, lots of different options for night events and clubs, Rathdrum does not have that. And especially if you do not like wildlife and you don't like wilderness, Rathdrum's not a great option for you. You are at the base of a mountain, and from that mountain comes wild animals sometimes into the streets. You might see deer, you might see elk and turkeys. That's just part of life living in Rathdrum, Idaho. So guys, that is it, what living life in Rathdrum, Idaho is like, and who would be a good candidate for this area and who would not. Really hoped you liked this video. I try to keep it as succinct as possible. And if you did, give me a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section on whether you could see yourself living in Rathdrum, why, or why not. And if you are serious about getting moved here to Idaho, give me a call, text, or email. Me and my team are here day, nights, weekends to make sure that you guys get taken care of on finding your home here in Idaho. And until the next video, guys, I will see you later.